Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to the broadcast. My name's Sir Danny. I'll be the one bringing you phase 2 of the Apollo series, our $10,000 tournament, brought to you by our sponsors, EGP and Skin.land. Sadly, I will be the one doing the commentary, but don't worry, as I'll be bringing you some fine action indeed this Saturday evening, as well as midday, depending on where you're connecting from. So, we're going to be having 3 best of 3s in total, right? So, the first one is going to be Preezy versus Reason. That's the one we'll be casting here today. The second best of 3 will be Agency Clan versus Perbita. And the third one is Reason versus Young Ninjas. Now, speaking of that second best of 3, though, it should happen here today. However, not on our stream. In fact, it will be, I believe, streamed on Agency's own Twitch channel. So if you want to find out more about that, I'm sure we'll be able to give you some more information down the line. But for now, we can focus mainly of our first best of 3 of the day, Preezy versus Reason. Though I will admit, before that, we should probably also touch upon one pretty important aspect, and that is the changes here in the Counter-Strike economy. Now, for those who are not aware, a update landed just I think it might have been yesterday in my time, but with some impressive changes to the economy, there will be some differences that will be, in fact, noting. However, before that, let's take a look at how the standings are, in fact, at the Apollo Series Phase 2, because fact of the matter is, we've already played a bunch of games, and as you can see at Group A, we basically have at least one team that is, well, head and shoulders above all the rest. It is Navi Jr. already played 4 best of 3s, and thanks to it, they have already secured a 4-0 lead, which basically means that they have secured a spot in the upper bracket. And for them, luckily, they're going to have a solid effort, I do believe, moving forward. Looks like we do have, in fact, the veto coming into play. That's very peculiar because I was so sure that we might actually have another matchup on the board instead of this one that we have here right now, folks. Young Ninjas versus Reason. But as you can see, first matchup of the day, Young Ninjas versus Reason. You can take a look at the veto here. And as you can see, folks, interesting. We get to see the pick here of Anubis from Reason Gaming. Ancient as well being picked here by Ninjas in Pajamas. So this is a very peculiar setup. Early on, we're seeing some of the more common maps here in a lot of these best of 3s. And I guess it's not, worrisome for these teams, right? It feels like Anubis and, in this case, Ancient have become so common, just like, I don't know, a couple of years ago, you could have said matchups like, Inferno and Mirage being so common. But it looks like we can jump straight into this. And of course, our very first best of 3 of the day, Reason versus Young Ninjas, brought to you by our sponsor, Skin.land. If you want to sell some CS2 skins, Dota 2 skins, Rust, or whatever, you can instantly do so and securely on Skin.land. And also, don't forget about our sponsors, EGB. Be sure to use the promo code Apollo to get a nice little bonus on your first deposit. So now, Anubis it is. Young Ninjas, T-side, perhaps going for a faster style of play here towards that area of the map. Early smoke grenade being deployed. There's still vision here for Byfield in CGE. As you can see, here's the push. First shot here by Byfield. That's a good one. That should slow down the push at least for a bit as Finchy has come in with the rotation. CGE finally pops out. Now Young Ninjas have to rethink their matters, but now look at this. Lonesome Mistim remains at a 1 versus 2. And well, this is not looking too good for him. He's trying to go for it. Does go down eventually. And what a nice round from Reason. I didn't really expect this from the CT team to hold on for as long as they did. But really, you got to wonder, CGE's position was actually a pretty baller one. He does let his teammate die in that dark position, but he holds his ground for as long as he does. That allow his teammates to come in with the rotation. What do we see? We see a fantastic round from Reason. So, by all intents and purposes, not too shabby. We're going to see how things pan out here. This is, an easy round, right? You're not expecting too much out of the boys here on the T side. Perhaps, maybe one good kill would be nice enough, but I just don't see it happening. Right now on the eco, just a rush to the bomb site. But you're not expecting too much out of the guys here of Young Ninjas, and there we go. That's a swift victory here for Reason. And for them, I think this is absolutely crucial because we have to talk about the fact of the matter is that Reason, I would go far as to say, is probably one of the weaker teams here, heading into this matchup. As you can see, we'll see how this one pans out. 2-0. Young Ninjas now on the rifles. We'll see. Smoke's being deployed. Oh man, look at CG. This is a very aggressive play. You can see Reason have been practicing on this map. Those are some forward smoke grenades as well as Molotovs that have been displayed by some of the top tier opponents, like FaZe Clan in particular, if you've seen some of their matchups on Anubis. And here is no different. Reason, they have lots of control. However, okay, that's a good one from Blue Phoenix. Flushes the player out of position. He has to go in and avoid the Molotov. Meanwhile, Young Ninja still holding a very forward position in water. You might think that they have abandoned their post, but no. They're very much here, and Young Ninjas will try to fight them. Makes Kaspersky goes down, which means that the players of Reason, I mean, they don't really have to keep on holding these positions, and in fact, they will back away, play it safe. Meanwhile, this opens up an avenue for the A push, and if anything, Rest should feel a lot of pressure right now. 45 seconds on the clock at Reason. What a nice swift rotation. They're expecting this to be the A play. They have one guy, Byfield, who has pushed up all the way through the B bomb site, so there's no way this is a B push. This is a full commitment on the A bomb site. And Young Ninjas, oh man, that's such a good position. If they would have a Molotov Young Ninjas, they could flush out the players, but now they just have to swing out. That's a good one. And well, look at this. Young Ninjas changing up the plan. Back to the B bomb site they go, and there's not a single defender from Reason. In fact, Blue Phoenix catches one player on the rotation. And as the bomb gets planted, CGE and Byfield, they got to think quick about this. And I guess the best choice would be to save their guns, but no, I mean, that's going to be a successful round. And just like that, Byfield, last man standing, goes down to the player. And oh boy, what a great round from Young Ninjas. I did not expect this to happen, like, in all fairness, right? When I was taking a look at the minimap, I was thinking, yeah, I mean, this is a great choice there from Young Ninjas, making the rotation towards the A-bomb site, but Reason also made that rotate. And I don't know who from Young Ninjas made the call to actually, guys, let's return back to the B-bomb site. That was such a good call, and, well, Young Ninjas, on the back of it, secure a round win. Very peculiar push from Reason, but you know what? That's actually a good one. Nice play here. Anubis, you got to be proactive with a map like this. You simply can't play your defaults. You got to do some crazy stuff. And Byfield, loving this approach as well. Not the only guy going for the aggressive plays. Finchy as well joining the party. And this is great. Does he see the gun barrel? Yes, he does. But he's got to connect and will do so. Not too bad. Missed him and Blue Phoenix remain. So it will be just a hit on the B-bomb side. Famas, in the hands of one, goes in for the second. Rest, not too shabby. A solid round on the B-bomb site. Even though you might be thinking, taking a look at this, like, why are they going for the aggressive plays, right? It doesn't feel like it makes a lot of sense, but it does in a map like Anubis. You got to go for these plays. You simply can't play your defaults, otherwise you will be overwhelmed relatively quickly. That could be problematic for any CT team. And in this case, Young Ninjas will have to go for just the pistols. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there's so much to talk about in this matchup, and I guess we should also point out that with the changes to the Counter-Strike economy, right now the T's, if they do get that bomb planted, and it gets defused, so instead of getting those, say, $800, they now get 600. So getting a bomb planted would still be a nice addition for the T's, but on the back of it, you don't necessarily have enough money to go for that reinvestment that you might be hoping for. Let's say a force buy. Oh man, that is... wow. Byfield. Oh, it's Kaspersky. Antivirus. He has detected the player, and he shall now eliminate him with a stab in the back. Not too bad. Kaspersky gets himself the M44, so he could cause some damage, I would assume. The CT economy. Lining up the molly. That's going to force the player out of position, but yeah. Nothing much has been achieved here from Young Ninjas. Just a few good frags, and fair enough. I think that's enough. That's good enough. Oh, we could actually take a look at the replay here. Let's see what's happening. Oh. Not bad. Oh, fair enough. That felt a bit trippy, didn't it? Hearing myself cast. The fact is that I think I said, oh, at the same guy, my replay voice also said, oh. Well, 4-1 is the current scoreline. Reason, I mean, 4 rounds, CT side Anubis is pretty good. They're actually even taking the tactical pause. I think it's fair. You know, we've got to talk about things like this, like Reason, you know, heading into Group B of the Apollo Series Phase 2. Arguably, they're one of the weaker teams, right? I'm saying that because what kind of teams do we have here? I mean, we got teams like Young Ninjas, Monty Gen, and Nexus. And then I think it's Agency Clan, and you also got Reason. So, yeah, you take a look at some of the level of opposition, and you know, it's you could say it's a bit underwhelming, and I think it's fair enough. Well, actually, no, not Agency. Pardon me. It's actually Preezy. So even then, I mean, Reason Gaming and Preezy, to me, it just feels like they're probably the weakest teams of all here in Group B. So for them, every single win counts. And remember, you don't want to finish dead last. You finish dead last, and you're out of a chance in the playoffs. Well, Byfield, so far so good. I mean, I haven't seen Reason Gaming play at all. And the way they've been playing here on Anubis CT side is really nice to see. Taking some good advice from the top teams. Not playing it slow on a map like Anubis, constantly probing and prodding. Going for those engagements and, well, winning them as well. Which is huge. Right? Here, though, AWP fires off a shot, though. That's going to slow down the advancement from Young Ninjas just a little bit, but nothing major. CTs are in pretty good positions as well. Still, plenty of time to make the rotation for the Ts. That's a very awkward position for Kaspersky to be at, because players could come from anywhere, from camera as well as from CT. And so a lot of this is going to rely on the hit. Can it be successful? Byfield holds the line, gets the frag here, Kaspersky, and you know, this round is basically over. They will attempt to go for the push. Nice one from Mistim, but there's CGE with a quick refrag and Reason. Man, this has been a stellar matchup thus far. 5 rounds for the CTs. They've been building up bank as well. Take a look at that CT economy. It is booming. As well as some changes. The CT economy and incendiaries have become a bit cheaper by $100. They're not as expensive as they may have been in the past, but the downside is their spread has been reduced, and also their duration from about 7 seconds to 5.5, which is huge. In choke points like this, I don't think it makes a huge difference, but in certain areas of the map it does. Like, for example, the entrance towards the A-bomb site. CG, alongside his buddy. It's nice to see that we have 2 players peeking out here. Not doing it, you know, one by one. Otherwise, that'd be really, really dangerous. Okay. 6-1 is the current scoreline. Reason. Look. Oh, once again. Okay. Young Ninjas. Finally, a proper investment. AKs in hand, as well as the AWP in the hands of Silence. Now, see how this one pans out. This could be a faster style of round, I suppose. But if you got that AWP, should you really go for the aggressive plays? Oh, man, Kaspersky thought he's going to have that one. Once again, the aggression from Reason and not much of a response from Young Ninjas. They try to play on some of their default setups, you know, holding on to their angles, just waiting for the CTs to come. But they're still winning the duels. That's a bit awkward, to say the least. And this as well. Now commitment here from Young Ninjas, but Byfield, with the AWP, throws down to Molotov for good measure. That will slow things down, but they will be able to recommit. There we go. The Ninjas. They'll have to be very precise, and this could be a slaughter. So many angles to check, and it's so difficult that it's not going to happen. Reason. Another one on the board. Young Ninjas. This is really surprising to see that they're crumbling. A squad that is, well, toutably one of the better teams here in Group B. I'd go far as to say is probably second best. I'd still maybe Nexus edges them out. I think it could be a fair matchup, you know, between the two teams. But all in all, this is the team you're expecting to qualify to playoffs like it's nothing. And now, stiff opposition from Reason. Nice shot there from Byfield. Ooh, Kaspersky. That's a nice pickup for him with the back 10. Oh. Up hands below the feet of CG. But it's probably not going to be that necessary. Young Ninjas pistols, they move fast. Swift. The op with the big barrel perhaps is a hindrance. Finchy chucks in the Molotov at the choke point, so no push from Reason just yet. They're just going to play the waiting game. Wait for the push to commence, and now it's happening on the A-bomb side. CGE ruffles them up. But now, Rez, okay, that's a good refrag from the Ninja. So bomb plant looking imminent, but Finchy's position has not been cleared out. That's a huge problem. Finchy, he has slowed this round to a crawl, but what's this chaos? Oh no, he should not have died in that position. But now it's up to Kaspersky. Oh, he's going for the engagement. Wants to win it again. Finchy, and Kaspersky gets it done with a 4-piece to his name. A solid round from Young Ninjas. A win they will be very happy about, I'd say. Well, Young Ninjas taking the tactical timeout, fair enough. So far, their Anubis hasn't been the greatest. Though on the back of that pistol round victory, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if momentum could finally go the way of Young Ninjas. I mean, so far, it feels like the biggest problem for them is that they just can't dispatch of the aggressive Reason players. And as we saw, I mean, they have been playing aggressive here on Anubis, and it just makes sense. Though this time, we might only see some aggression towards the B-bomb side. Blue Phoenix has to be aware of this push being a possibility. Calls in for Kaspersky to help. No, he doesn't. CGE deals the damage. Though no kill found just yet. Kaspersky was actually now missed him in that position. Oh, the angle. It's awkward. CG wins the fight against one, but there's the response. A brutal engagement. Still working out for Reason. Missed him. Oh, loses the fight. And Finchy now. Oh, how does he lose that gunfight, Finchy? That was the difference maker. That was the frag he should have gotten. And well, Byfield with the AWP, the Lonesome defender now at the B-bomb site. And the lonesome player in general. Yeah, he's not going to be mobile with the sniper rifle. So playing it safe. Oh, it's gonna fade. Sees the player. Gets him done. And well, silence with a response. And ladies and gents, that is how Young Ninja secured yet another round. This time, though, feels like Reason just, didn't hit their shots. Especially if you take a look at, someone like, who was in that position? I think it might have been Finchy, right? Finchy up in middle. Prime position. Felt like he should get that frag, Well done. Let's take a look what's happening here. Young Ninjas, slowly but surely trying to bounce back. This, by no means, will be an easy affair. And Reason, this time around, no aggressive maneuvers. So far, the utility of Young Ninjas has pushed back Reason. And fair enough. You don't want to push on for the flames like that. Oh man, what was that? That was probably that was like a double molly or something, because that spread of the Molotov was insane. CGE, not expecting it whatsoever. Had no fire extinguisher close by. And it sucks. Looks like the ninjas are enjoying some heat here in the canals. But now, mid has been opened up. Byfield sees a lot of these players, and they've managed to cross Finchy with a response. But so many more players to face, and he goes down eventually, so it's all up to Rest on the B-bomb site. The players are entering. We should get the one. Goes in for more looks for those opportunities. And oh man, can he survive? No, he does not. So Byfield, the AWP at hand, could still make it work, but that is such an awkward position to get out of. He moves on for the smoke, though. This is actually a good opportunity for him. Silence and Blue Phoenix were just... Oh, man, we're making the exchange of weapons. But it doesn't even matter. Young Ninjas with 4. All right, 7-4 is not a bad scoreline, I'd say, for Young Ninjas. AGB, our betting provider at the Apollo Series Phase 2, seems to be favored. Make this somewhat more competitive, and, well, I did not expect this from Reason Gaming whatsoever. Didn't really have a lot of intel about this UK team before this matchup, but right now... Oh, man, look at this. Look at this, the MP9 struggling a bit. No! Oh, that's terrible! Blue Phoenix! He didn't even need to rise from the ashes. He was ready for it. And well, Reason, what looked like a good strat on paper, now they're crumbling against the onslaught of Young Ninja players. Man, I gotta say though, these past couple of rounds have showed me that, Reason can game, right? They have some really nice tactics heading into some of these matchups. Some of those engagements, I would say, some of these rounds. Going aggressive in B connector, going aggressive outside B. And you love to see it on a map like Anubis, It's no wonder they have those 7 rounds on the CT side. But it felt like there was more than one round where the guys just kind of fail hitting their shots, And well, they managed to dictate the pace on those CT sides, and I'm sure as hell they can do the same on the T sides of Anubis, but this time it could be perhaps even just a little bit more difficult, right? Heading into this first map of the best of 3, you're going to have to hit your shots, and well, I hope Reason is capable of doing it. Well, you could also take a look at how our veto is actually looking right now. As you can see, our very first map of the best of 3, it is in fact Anubis, the map pick here of Reason. So I guess it's no wonder they're playing some really good CS. Our second pick is, of course, the one of Ninjas in Pajamas. It is ancient, and the third and final map, if that's going to be necessary, it will be Mirage. I'm a bit sad that I still haven't had a chance to cast Dust 2 here at the Apollo series. I believe there might have been one or two Dust 2 games already played, but damn, I always get close to seeing that Dust 2 matchup as a third and final map, and yet it always gets banned out. And fair enough. I mean, you take a look at a map like Dust 2, and people, I think, have forgotten how to play it. And you got to play it just a little bit differently nowadays. It's not as, say, standard as it might have been. Because remember, back in the old days, you had to throw like an Xbox smoke, right? You threw the early smoke grenade to get your players in some good positions, make the cross towards short, fair enough. Nowadays, that's just not necessary. Instead, you throw in the smoke on the doors, on top of the doors, and perhaps CTs go for some early plays in lower B tunnels, and it feels like maybe not all teams are still aware that they have to play Dust 2 in a bit of a different way. Well now, keeping things rather simple, Jacob with the dualies! Sprays away, goes down eventually. Damage has been dealt though. There should be more than enough. This should be an easy victory right now. Though Byfield will try to make it interesting in a 1 versus 4. So many players. Up ready. Waiting to make a mistake, and Kaspersky will close things out. But Jacob, man, oh man, what the hell was that? That was so good. So clean as well. With the dualies up close. Fair enough. I mean, nowadays, if you kind of feel like you don't really want to play with the USPS, you're thinking that perhaps your aim is not good enough, this is probably the second best thing you can do. You know, pick up those dualies, play up close, maybe get yourself an HE grenade, and then just ball out, right? I think Mirage, like, if you're defending, say, the B-bomb set on Mirage, and early on you chuck in that HE grenade, and then just spam away the dualies, surely you could deal at least some good damage on the T side. Kaspersky should be a clean sweep, and it is. Not a single player goes down. I mean, this is perfect for the Ninjas, right? You get yourself those 7 rounds. Suddenly you even up the scoreline. And suddenly this game has become a lot more competitive, right? I mean, remember, not that long ago, right? It was basically a, well, 7-1 scoreline in favor of Reason. And now, I mean, look how the turntables have turned, right? Make your 37s at hand. Reason, expecting these kinds of maneuvers from Young Ninjas. Oh, I say that, Finchy! He chimes in. Saves his teammate from utter decimation. Meanwhile, could see some reaggression from the Ninjas. When a man down, this makes sense. And Chaos, I think he might have spotted out the players. Yep, he knows. So if someone's playing aggressive towards B, we have to go the other way. The A-bomb site is the right choice. That's Jocab. This is such a difficult position to be in now. He could play in the one-and-done spot right at the back of sight. Oh, he's just gonna play in the smoke. True to his name, a real ninja. But sadly does not get a single frag. Reason will overwhelm the A bomb site for them. This is an easy bomb plant and a round win. Reason finally managed to pick up a round once again. Because remember, they were up 7-1. So Young Ninjas have made quite the impressive comeback. Now I think the big change does depend on how Young Ninjas also would approach their CT side of Anubis, because fair enough, I think it makes sense to go for those aggressive plays, right? We saw how successful it was for Reason to constantly change up the pace, hitting the T's when they expected the least. But then again, you have to play a very reactive style on Anubis, right? You simply can't play it safe. And Jocab in this position, fair enough, go for that ballsy maneuver. Maybe it lands you a kill or two. Maybe the retake becomes a, well, doable reality. But now we're in the gun round. What matters here is whether young ninjas will show some of their teeth. Silence. Loving the play here. Will be flushed out with the Molotov and the flashbang. Kaspersky. Oh man, he's still holding this position. It's risky. But with the backup of Silence, this could be good enough. Oh, Kaspersky picks up the frag here and Finchy. CG could go for a spray, could go for a wall bang. Who's gonna win this fight? It's CG. Whoa. A crucial one. Oh, is he gonna walk through the smoke? That's so sick. Silence should not expect this whatsoever, but he does. Check the angle. Reason have lost two of their own. And Byfield. Waiting an opportunity. Perhaps it could present itself. There's a guy in the form of Mistum. Might want to go for this. Oh, Joe Cap. That's a good one. This slows down the push. And now it's getting desperate. With the bomb being dropped in B connector, Chaos actually throws him down a good Molotov. Forces the players out of position, but Rez recovers the bomb. But, oh man, missed him in the back lines. There we go. Just as I thought, maybe Reason can bounce back. Young ninjas. Put it back straight to reality. So, 8-8 is our current scoreline. Not too bad. Silence. Will not see a damn thing because Reason have taken the long route. This is a good play. Missed him. Was playing up close. Oh man, I thought he was going to back away, but he will just reaggress. Wait for the players to miss him completely. As he gets a frag on one, Kaspersky with a response. Slows down the push to crawl, and Reason at least in a good position to get the bomb planted. Chaos swiftly dispatches of Joe Cap. This could be insane. Oh, that's a good one. CG gets the frag with Kaspersky. Now it's up to Silence. It's down to CG. Now it's Blue Phoenix in a 1v1. A doable round for him. He's an experienced player, but Chaos, he's got the low ground, but this is even a better position. As Blue Phoenix making a lot of noise. He's stepping. He's not sure. He's not aware, but Chaos will bring order to this world as he gets the frag. And the round win for Reason. Man, we have to see that replay. Absolutely. Take a look at this. Missed him. I think he did a solid job here in the bomb side, maintaining his life for as long as he does. But look at this 2 versus 3. How do they manage to get it done? And again, Reason, they played that one so well. I mean, you could have basically just played it safe, right? Once you're got yourself a 2 versus 3, you could just, put your players in some safe positions and just hold, right? But instead of that, they reaggress. And that was such a good position because they managed to catch the players from sewer off guard. They were not expecting that reaggression from Reason. And so, a very crucial round. As we can see, Blue Phoenix and co, they have weapons, but not a lot of utility. And perhaps the bigger problem is they lose this, then it's back to an eco. But we're talking about 10 rounds for Reason, and potentially, because of that eco, even 11. On the cusp of victory. Wow, the MP5, man. I don't know. I'm still very much MP9, homie. Big fan of the MP9. So good, really. I wouldn't be too surprised if that SMG is probably the next gun that's going to get nerfed. Because it's been so good. Eco rounds, gun rounds, you name it. Up close. Deals so much damage. Speaking of which, though. 35 seconds and Reason, what's their game plan? Hitting the B bomb set for connector seems likely, but CJ is the only guy here. Oh, he's been spotted with the bomb. So if you're young ninjas, I mean, the jig is up. This is clearly a hit on the B bomb site. Blue Phoenix in a prime position. His buddy is yet to reveal himself, and he doesn't have to because Kaspersky's there. And now Finchy is the last one who remains. He goes in and goes down just like that. So proper victory for Young Ninjas. 10 for them. Oh, sorry, 9 for them. But really, let's just take a look at the replay as well. I mean, this whole round basically falls apart once we see Mistim just peeks out, B long, sees the bomb carrier. You look up on your screen, you see, what, it's 30 seconds remaining. I mean, this has to be the B play, right? You make the swift rotation, all your players go B, and Reason just didn't stand a chance. But man, I'm kind of loving the tactical aspect Reason has brought into this matchup. Oh, nice way to broke the nade. Blue Phoenix doing some fine work, goes down, sure, but Reason does have the bomb side, so they could get that bomb planted, which is pretty good. Suddenly this round becomes a lot more doable. They have the site. And they got some pretty good angles, though. Flashbang comes in. CG retreats. Kaspersky moves in. But his teammate missed him, gets the frag on one. Rezzed. Nice shot onto the one player with the Tech 9 up close. There has to be some reinforcements from Silence. Oh man, he's actually doing this one really well. No, goes down to Silence as USB. And Young Ninjas. Well, that was arguably a close round, right? I think it's fair to say that was perhaps a bit too close for my comfort, and I wouldn't be too surprised for the comfort of Young Ninjas. Damn, that's a great shot. Surprised to see that. I do not believe we have seen a lot of executes on the B-bomb side now. Hitting the B-bomb side for B connector does make a lot of sense. Then have another guy coming out of B main. Be sure to either smoke off the player at dark or maybe chuck in a Molotov for good reason. Speaking of reason, once again, entering the B-bomb site. This time, practically on the pistols. Once again, Joe Cab doing a fine job spraying with the M4A1S, but now it's down to another retake. Kaspersky, oh, this could get ugly real fast as he dies to the two players. Now, they are low HP. That's crucial. So they should not survive a round like this. Man, how are they still alive? Finally, another and a second one for Young Ninjas. So bomb plant will commence, and luckily for Reason. This time, that's plenty to catch, right? That is a lot of money to work with. There we go. I wonder as well right now, did the economy change had somewhat of an impact on Reason's decision? Because remember, they already had a round with pistols, and you wonder if they get that bomb planted, they would have gotten, let's say, $800 instead of $600. Maybe they would have gone for the purchase, maybe. But now they decide to, once again, go for the eco to get that bank. Nice one from Byfield. Opens up the round. Look, such a awkward position to hold, I say that. My goodness. Already 2 frags. And the ninjas are flustered. Kaspersky, I don't blame him. Go for these aggressive plays. Damn, that is crisp. Gets the frag on CG, can retreat. But Reason. Oh no, this is getting awkward real fast. CG did some fine work, but you want to see the rest of the guys just group up and hit one of the bomb sites, right? It feels like it would be the best choice. Byfield opens up the B bomb site. Perhaps that's the way to go. They have the one smoke grenade in the hands of Byfield, so you could at least smoke off, let's say, CT as well, or let's say Palace, or just walk in dry. Young Ninjas, believing this to be a hit on the A bomb side, now will realize what has just occurred. Joe Cab could actually still get himself a good position. Oh, man, the Molotov messes things up. He'll have to wait for it. This is still a doable retake for the CTs, however, it's all going to come down to the gunfight in B connector, or actually, not even B connector. Kaspersky, he's going all the way to spawn, so I thought that he might be in B connector, and that suddenly becomes a doable gunfight. And well, that's not happening. Young ninjas linger about the bomb site, waiting for someone from Reason to make a mistake, and we just didn't see that. No frag, and no retake.
Terrorists win.
And just like that, 11-10 is our current scoreline. This has been a very neck-and-neck affair. We're getting all the rounds here, folks. Wouldn't be too surprised if we get to see overtime. Damn, Kaspersky he's good. Here, folks, we could take a look at the odds provided by our betting sponsor, AGB. Young Ninjas, defined as the potential winners of this best of three. And, you know, on paper, it does feel like it's the better team. But I will give, Reason credit of doubt, because I don't necessarily think they might be able to win this best of three. I'll say this. But it does feel like this team is underrated. The way they've been playing Anubis so far has been really cool. I love to see it. Perhaps their individuals not always hitting their shots, which is also a crucial, part of any Counter-Strike team. But he at least has some solid fundamentals and great, let's say a great philosophy of playing Anubis. T-side as well has been pretty okay for them. Though, these rounds will matter oh so much for them. This is not an easy affair, especially walking up middle if you have Kaspersky on the other end. Oh man, Kaspersky holding that Elige angle. So good. So we'll kind of slow things down right now, though. JoCap going on the hunt. He might quickly become the hunted if Rez decides to go back B connector. But with Reason having mid control, I don't really see, a reason why they should. The A bomb site should be the way to go. JoCap's position has been revealed. And now this is getting a little bit awkward because the bomb is dropped in a very awkward position. Reason will waste valuable time as well as abandon their positions in order to recover the bomb. And to me, this feels like it's a huge mistake, right? You got the bomb, but now it's 25 seconds remaining, and you have to push the bomb side. JoCap does go down. There's a chance. There's an avenue of attack. Phoenix picks up the one. Silence still finds the frag. So doable retake for Young Ninjas. Kaspersky in a prime position. Smoke being deployed. Has to wait it out. And they definitely should. They still got the kits to work with. Flashbangs coming in. Kaspersky knows there has to be a player in B connector. One has been spotted towards main. Kaspersky wins the fight. And so does Mistim. And luckily, Young Ninjas. 12 rounds for them and a solid retake on the B bomb site. JoCap. Yeah, that's a shame. It feels like JoCap thought he already killed the CGE in that position, and yet the guy still survives with just a few points of health. 12-10 is our current scoreline here, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it's fair to say we're coming to an end here on Anubis. Reason put up a valiant effort on the first half, right? 7 rounds, CT side Anubis. That's some good stuff. And T-side has been just a little bit more lackluster, though. It hasn't been that great. There you go. Push comes in. Wow, rest already. Oh man, the Mac 10 so good. Gets the frag on the second guy as well. Blue Phoenix. What? Somehow gets the frag in Chaos. Mistim loses it against Byfield. And would you look at that? Reason. Fast style of play. They take over the bomb site, and that's definitely their round to take. 12-10 is our current scoreline, and rightfully, this will have to be another one for Reason. Damn, that was a good change of pace. I'm playing just a little bit more aggressive in a round where some teams might consider just, keeping it safe. Making sure you maximize your potential with maybe winning, some early engagements, then maybe perhaps playing off a fake and only then making the right play. But here, you know, it's just straight up. Early on, fast push, Mac 10 as well. Silence. Oh no! Goes down. Perhaps not pulling the trigger could have been a better choice, but yeah, this is looking pretty bad. I mean, 12-11 is the current scoreline, and Young Ninjas, they will reinvest in this, all right. But this is a slobby investment. I mean, nice to see they have some utility on their side. What is this? Vinci. Oh, wow. Okay. This is a very awkward round, at least from the get-go. Young Ninjas. Oh, Byfield entering the bomb set of the AWP. Should get the angle there on silence. Proper stuff. Now it is going to be 12-12. Joe Cap and Blue Phoenix on the retake. Yeah, make that lonesome Blue Phoenix. And 1 versus 4. Damn. Recent Gaming have evened up the scoreline. They should be in a good position to, well, put us into overtime and do exactly that. Congrats to Reason. And we're heading into overtime. I gotta say, though, this has been quite a surprising comeback. And you've got to wonder, what happens if Young Ninjas don't lose, let's say, previous round? Well, yeah, you could say that, you know, when the scoreline was 12-10. What happens if they actually win it, Young Ninjas? I'm telling you, it's probably the end of Anubis, but now, with that previous loss, I mean, economy's broken. With that previous loss, you have to still make that investment for the last round of regulation, and as we saw, it was a terrible investment. Dreadful. But what can you do? Well, let's take a look. Byfield holding the angle. Anticipating the players to come his way. Joe Cap, solid stuff. And silence as well. Surely there's a round for Young Ninjas to take. Has Reason so early lose so many players. And even though Byfield has been great on the op, I'm not sure he can somehow win this one for the team. This is just way too much, isn't it? It's too hot to handle. Missed him. Going for a tour here on Anubis. Admiring the sights, fair enough. It's a pretty cool looking map. But damn, this angle is so good from Kaspersky. Ay! Oh man, he leaves it at the worst possible time to transition over at B. But this leaves the A bomb site completely vulnerable. There's not a single defender here, so a bomb plant imminent, sure. I kind of love the aggressive play here from Byfield. Hoping to catch at least one of these CTs off guard, and he can't overstay his welcome because he also has to be careful of camera as well as players coming out of water. So now, push here from the Ninjas. Byfield missing the shot. CGE tries to hold on. Oh man, he's somehow surviving there. But not for long. As Young Ninjas sweep the bomb site clean, and they get themselves to 13. Nice round. Young Ninjas, early on, good engagements. Joe Cap doing a fine job, but what was that, Joe Cap? He didn't lose a single point of health in that engagement. It felt like the crosshair was dead on the guy, and yet he gets 2 and, well, just skedaddles out of there. So, early on, canals control, mid control. But what about some gun control? Damn, missed him. Already getting himself 2 frags, slowing down the push in middle. In fact, he stops it. Oh man, Byfield Not expecting the player to be there up close, and so Lonesome Rest on the bomb site has the backup of Chaos. But it's a 5v2, and Rest, through the flames, gets the frag on one, looking for more opportunities, and Mistim finds him. Rest, in 1 versus 3, goes in for more, swings out with the AK. That's a solid shot. But a 1v2, oh no, he pulls out the nade, the worst mistake, and well, the ninjas. Discreet victory. Missed him early on. This has been perfect from him. The double peek. You're thinking this has to go the way of Reason, but it doesn't. Once again, the guys from Reason, it feels like it's not that their strategies have been underwhelming. It feels like their aim has been more underwhelming than, let's say, their strategies. I just hope that's not going to be a bigger problem heading into a map like Ancient. Which is the map pick of Young Ninjas. I'd actually wouldn't be that surprised if we might see, you know, just a simple execute round from Reason, in the sense that they just line up the smokes and go in for the push. Or I guess not. Dry it is. And Blue Phoenix, oh wow, not expecting it. Silence whipping a crucial shot, and there we go. Reason have cracked over to the B-bomb side. It's theirs to take, and perhaps theirs to win, but Kaspersky, he'll try to respond. Byfield missing the shot. Finchy, though, doesn't. And as Mistim remains at 1 versus 3, this will have to be the end of Young Ninjas. The CT side of Anubis, as now we'll be switching sides, and Reason on the CT side of Anubis. Perhaps it's not too bad for them. Though I will admit, this has been a really solid hold. Really solid hit, shall I say. As Byfield, CG entering the bomb site in unison. And surprisingly, I guess the angles just were not the best if you take a look at the replay here. It kind of feels like Blue Phoenix sleeping a bit on trigger. So, we should be able to continue on with our matchup. As I mean, so far, if you take a look at how things have been playing out here for Young Ninjas, I think they had a really solid CT hold, right? They didn't do anything too drastic. I mean, basically, even with the, let's say, guns that they had, they decided, you know what, we're just going to go for some of these more aggressive plays. And they did, and they actually do a fantastic job at it. And now, they're on the T side of things, and if you take a look at it, it's a good start for them as well. Silence picks up the first, and this is very fast pace. Look at how quickly they're trying to enter the bomb site. Oh, timing is everything. And Joe Cab, at least he finds the one. But if you're Young Ninjas, I mean, you came out of camera, so you don't have to smoke that area of the map. Oh, what is this? Kaspersky, that flash actually works. What the hell? Missed him. We'll try to hold his ground. This is so difficult. 1v1. Player up in Fountain. Oh, doesn't get it done. And Young Ninjas, it kind of felt like it was, you know, their round to take. You know, 14-14 for the Ninjas, but let's just take a look at the replay as well. Finchy doing a fantastic job. Sadly, Young Ninjas aren't capable of having a successful hold in the bomb site, and it kind of feels like one of the big problems for them was that one player who flashed down through the smoke and just rushed on in, Kaspersky. Not expecting that play whatsoever. Oh man, it's been a while. No one has really gone for the window push. Byfield tries, but he's been spotted out. And it looks like the Ninjas will try to give Reason a taste of their own medicine. Oh, some miscommunication, but I guess that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Byfield. Damn, someone should really chuck in a smoke grenade here. Because Byfield still has vision. Not anymore, he doesn't. 14-14. That's a good one from Joe Cap. Silence goes in. The players have been spotted out. Blue Phoenix gets the frag on one. Finch with the response, but missed his angle. It's not the best. He's been caught out. And Jokup is far away from the action, and I don't see a world in which he can get this defuse. Nope. He's just out of the picture, quite literally as well, as he is eliminated by the final player. And Reason, what a solid win. 15 rounds for them. Damn. This is, this kind of sucks. Things were looking so good for them at one point, but now the Ninjas, 15-14, on the brink of losing the first map of this best of three. And props to Reason. I mean, they've been putting up some good numbers on both the CT and T side. And damn, I'm also quite surprised that Young Ninjas didn't hold their own on the retake. Now then, once again, an aggressive maneuver on the A-bomb side, but not a full commitment, though. Now it is. Smokes. Molotov's being deployed. Rest holding it through. Nice flashbang comes in. Will force the player out of position as well as get that frag, so Young Ninjas. This is a doable round for them. A 4 versus 4. They have full control of water, so they will be aware that if the CTs will come from certain positions, it will have to be camera and sewer. This is not a round they are supposed to lose. We'll see though, missed him. Silence, good frags being picked up. Chaos and Byfield attempting to go for it, but this is already a lost round. Byfield, 1v2, can try to give us his best simple impression, but goes down to Silence, and it is 15-15. Reason, a tremendous effort. But once again, Young Ninjas managed to edge them out. So, you know what this means, folks? It is another set of overtime. So, if previously the team needed to get 16 rounds to secure victory, now it's going to come down to winning 19. I mean, speaking of predictions, it should still be a victory for Young Ninjas, right? At least it feels like. But I gotta admit, though, I mean, Reason, they've been doing such a fine work on Anubis, it would be kind of a shame to see them lose. For now, some early utility being deployed from the T side. In fact, I'll push on through with Smoke. Reason. They've tried this before. Kaspersky swings out to win the fight against one. There's still one more player in that position. Silence actually gets it on CJO. Oh no, this is terrible. Byfield with a response, but maybe it's a tad bit too late. A 2v4 and Lonesome Finchy remains. Players will come his way. Okay, gets the one. The second one. Oh man, that was a solid performance from Finchy. To hold on for as long as he did, that's massive. Though, if you're Byfield, I think you want to try to go for this. Makes sense. Oh man, Kaspersky just at a nick of time. When a Byfield just, you know, turns away from the flash, turns in, and then boom, there's Kaspersky with the big green in his hands. But yeah, credit to Finchy that he managed to hold on here for as long as he did. Let's see. See what's happening here. Kaspersky. Go for the taps. CGE. In a pretty good position, I'll admit. Try to wait for some of those players to come his way, perhaps. Oh. Yeah, get the hell out of there, your CGE. Best to leave that position. But now, Reason. Okay, this has been a feisty endeavor. But Resdo, finally some pushes for the A-bomb sleep. We haven't seen this in a while. Mistim seems to be aware of the possibility in his angle. Reigns supreme. Damn, what a nice try from Reason, but... There's once again the victory here, but Byfield trying to get them frags in, but this is not looking easy for him. Uh-oh. Byfield, aware of the player pushing in, gets it on Kaspersky, so bomb still needs to be retrieved. It's in the hands of Blue Phoenix, but this is getting awkward real fast. 30 seconds remaining. Blue Phoenix, he cannot drop the bomb on the B bomb side. This would be round over if he does, or perhaps it reinvigorates him to go in for more. The bomb being planted now. Silence looking for a chance of his own. Spots out Finchy, and oh man, once again it's looking dreadful. 15-16 is the current scoreline, and something tells me it's about to be 17 because Byfield in a 1v2. Oh, wins the fight against one. And the bomb's not really planted for him. Oh no, he's actually done it. No, he swings out. Oh man, oh man. What a crazy round. What an attempt there from the players to push on through. CG did a fantastic job, I'd say. You know, initially they're trying to go for those engagements. And then Byfield as well in a 1v2. I can't believe he actually wins the fight against Blue Phoenix. And look at this. I mean, perhaps there would not have been enough time. But who knows? I mean, it just came down to the wire. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. What's also rather obvious is the economy for Reason, that it's in a terrible state of affairs. Young Ninjas have won those 2 rounds in a row, so this means that, oh, okay. You're not expecting much out of Reason, but it's a good start at least. Oh man, they're basically running into a stack blindfolded. This is not looking good, Young Ninjas. This could be a disastrous round. They still have 3 players alive, which makes matters interesting. In reality, though, Byfield, oh, the head MP9, I'm telling you, it's a fine weapon. Whereas the Ninjas, probably would be best to back away from this. Or go in. Oh, no. Oh, no, they body block each other. Uh-oh. Okay. 16 to Reason. I'm going to call it here. 16 for the UK team. Missed him, making things just a little bit more interesting, but I don't really see how he can actually win this 1 versus 3. They know his position. He's expecting someone to the backlines, and he does not have enough time to, well, play it safe. I'm really surprised that Rez has not joined his teammates. I'm not really sure what Rez is up to, but whatever. Doesn't really matter that much. In the whole grand scheme of things, as 16 for Reason Gaming, they at least pick up the 1 round on the CT side of Anubis, but I'm thinking they needed more than that, right? What do you guys think? To me, it feels like they needed more than just the 1 round on the CT side of Anubis. Because now Young Ninjas, CT side, playing aggressive, they can make some mistakes and still be in a position to win this first map of the best of 3, because that's what we're talking about. This is still just the first map of the best of 3. And surprisingly enough, oh, we're going to have a bit of a tech pause. Okay, fair enough. So far, this is looking like a very interesting affair. Because if you take a look at how things have been panning out thus far for Young Ninjas, I mean, remember the first half, right? It wasn't that long ago that Reason were winning Anubis 7-1, and the Ninjas actually did a pretty good job at bouncing back in that first half. I think the scoreline ended like 7-5, so it's not bad. And then on the CT side, that's where Young Ninjas actually shined. They were looking really solid. I mean, picking up the pistol round was also a huge bonus. But all in all, it was a really solid performance. Our sponsor, EGB, though, as well. Be sure to type in exclamation mark EGB if you want to find out about their deal with the first deposit. And be sure to apply code Apollo. But if you are planning to bet, be sure to do so of the right age and in accordance with your local laws. Oh no. Oh wow. Oh man, I'm speechless. Okay, it's good. That's good from silence. 2v2 right now. Kaspersky swings out with the M4A1S. Lonesome Chaos remains at 1v2. This is doable for him. A smoke has been deployed, but there's still plenty of time remaining. Well, Chaos. Oh, that's sick. Gets the frag on the player with high HP, which leaves Lonesome Kaspersky the 1 versus 1. This is not an easy run. What? Oh, no. No, this round is awful, man. I can't believe. I just can't believe it. I mean, it all just began with that weird B connector push, right? And 2 players trying to push through the smoke. The flashbang hits one of the players, and somehow it actually blinds them all. And I don't know how does he survive the CT? How does he survive in that position, be connected for so long as he did? But then we have this horrible state of affairs where Kaspersky is actually timed out. Oh man, that sucks. Oh. Well, something tells me Anubis is gonna continue for perhaps another set of overtime if that will be necessary. Also, guys, I guess it's a good opportunity as any to give a shout out to our sponsors. That is, of course, Skin.land. If you got any CS2 skins, and of course you do because you're watching the stream, because you're a player, you're a gamer, right? So, if you got those CS2 skins, Dota 2 skins, or Rust, you can instantly, securely sell them on Skin.land. It's 24/7 service. And don't, well, if you're planning to check it out, be sure to also take advantage of the $10 bonus that you're going to have as a first-time visitor. I'm seeing some of the replays here as well of how this matchup has been going so far, and well, I think it's safe to say that this has been a very neck-and-neck affair. I gotta admit, Young Ninjas doing some fine work, but I will admit, Reason has been giving them, a run for the money. And I'm really psyched to see this UK team actually keep on playing here at the Apollo Series Phase 2 Group B. When I was looking at, some of the teams at Group B, I was thinking that I don't know much about Reason, right? To me, it felt like it's probably a roster that's going to be at the bottom end and perhaps not even qualified to the playoffs. But now after seeing them play, I got high hopes that they could at least make it to the lower bracket playoff. To me, it feels like Reason is probably a better team than, say, Preezy in that sense. Let's see. Kaspersky moves in. Oh no, he jumps up at the worst possible time. Rez gets the frag and missed him. And oh boy, what is happening? So far, this has been a really tough showing for Young Ninjas. Man, this is starting to get really awkward. They got full control over the A-bomb, said Reason, so they will definitely get that bomb planted. The big question, what do Young Ninjas do? Because it's not like they're swimming in cash. It kind of feels like saving the guns, is probably the better choice. So what this means, basically, Reason have secured yet another set of overtime if that will be necessary. And there's the potential to actually just to close things out here if they win the next round. So, well, I will admit, This has been a really unexpected showing from Reason. And I'm kind of glad, like I said, I didn't expect much out of this UK roster. And well, after seeing them play here on Anubis, seeing how they well played on that CT side, I got high hopes. I got hopes. Okay. Maybe let's not say high hopes, but hopes at the very least. Now, I will admit, Young Ninja's still on paper looking like the better roster, right? I don't necessarily think Reason have what it takes to win out the best of three. Perhaps this is too much to bargain for. Something tells me it could potentially close things out here in map number 1. Before that, though, let's see. Blue Phoenix. Ready. Can deploy the flashbang when necessary. In a very passive round. Jocab waiting for the players to move in. This time, no flashbang. Silence. Jocab both getting kills apiece. This stops the push in its entirety. And Silence, fantastic. Well, you know what this means, guys? This means that we'll have another set of overtime as Young Ninjas manage to pull it back, making it 18. Which means the winner of this first map will have to secure, let me think, 22 rounds. Yes, 22 rounds. Okay. Easiest angle for Wisdom to hold. And now, as expected, 18 to 18, Young Ninjas. Once again, the match to bounce back. Man, I don't know. I gotta say though, Reason Gaming, I'm happily surprised. In all fairness, even though this overtime has been, how shall I say it, a bit greedy. This has not been a clean CS from either team in overtime. But man, it's starting to become so much more harder to just say that, oh, Young Ninjas should be able to win Anubis, but I mean, it feels like a bunch of things have not gone their way. Kaspersky getting timed out in a 1v1. Sure, I mean, in that 1v1, he was low in HP, but, you can never count out a player. It's doable. We had some awkward pushes as well from either squad and their T side. But, I'm loving the fact that they're actually, continuing with the same pace they displayed in regulation. Going for the swings, playing aggressive. Though I haven't seen the same level of, say, utility usage from, say, Reason when it comes down to taking, let's say, even Canals control, right? Because I think it might have been one of the earlier rounds, maybe third, fourth, something of the sort, where we saw a bunch of utility usage coming out from middle, as well as the A-bomb site, for Reason to take over control of Canals, right? So there's still opportunities to change things up. Absolutely. I suppose we should be able to continue with our matchup relatively shortly. For those who are tuning into the broadcast right about now, there's a couple important things to note. So, first things first, this is our first best of 3 of the day. You may have been confused a little bit by Wikipedia if you go on there, because there it said that Reason Gaming versus Young Ninjas should be our last best of 3 of the day. That is not the case. This is in fact our first best of 3 of the day, and afterwards there will be the Permita versus Agency matchup. However, it will not be played on our stream. It will be played, I do believe, on Agency's official Twitch channel. So I do hope that someone might be able to drop in that link for you guys to check it out. I'm not sure when that matchup is happening though. They may have changed their time, and it could be happening at some different point than say in an hour. And also, I mean, once we're done with Reason Gaming versus Young Ninjas, we will also have Reason play against Priestley. Now, for me, does this mean that we're probably going to have two of the weaker teams facing off? And even though it may not seem like an interesting matchup, but I will admit this is a matchup that's worth keeping an eye on, right? You keep an eye on that matchup because the winner of that could really decide who's actually playing potentially in the playoffs. Because right now, Prezi Esports 0-2 in the groups. They've lost their matchups against Nexus Gaming, Montigen. Fair enough. I mean, these are some pretty solid rosters. But if you somehow win, I mean, this matchup, like if you're Prezi or Reason Gaming, like I said, there's a chance for you to at least play in the lower bracket. And you want that chance. Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of those replays of things that have been going this far. And then just at one point, yeah, they were basically on the cusp of victory. If you think about it, what was it? 12-10, I believe, right? I think it might have been like 12-10 scoreline. And then that push with the pistols. Oh, that push with the pistols just ruined everything for Young Ninjas. We might perhaps, right now at this point, be at Ancient, chilling in the jungle, seeing some frags, perhaps even the end of Ancient, or we'd be at least very close to perhaps the end of Ancient. Instead of that, it's the summer heat of Anubis. And we're currently waiting for one player from Young Ninjas to reconnect, and we should be able to continue. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kaspersky, because that guy's been getting timed out time and time again. I do hope it's nothing serious. You can also take a look at Young Ninjas, and you can see that on the left-hand side, it's not like one single player is currently carrying their roster, right? They're actually pretty evenly distributed in terms of kills. And yeah, it does feel like every single player has been able to chime in. Oh man, Kaspersky, he gets caught out with his pants down. Missed him. But a play for the smoke. I think this is a great move to make. Should get the one. Stops the bomb plant, swings out for the third. But he's done his job. Now it's time for his teammates to step in. JoeCap knows the bomb was being planted, wins the fight against Rest, and finally, we get some action going here. Blood pumping through the veins of Young Ninjas. And I'm sure reason as well, because we did have a lengthy pause. Yeah, I missed him. This was a very solid attempt to return with the spray transfer, but all in all, Young Ninjas, 19. Yeah, Silence going for the aggressive play with the AWP. We saw this earlier. And JoeCap. Oh, obvious. Myfield gets the frag of one. Lots of footsteps in middle. Rest. Not too shabby with the mid controlling Reason and Young Ninjas. Unaware of how close the T's are. This has to be their round to take, right? Lonesome Phoenix B-bombs. Sure, he might get this one frag. But if you're a Reason, you know you have the manpower advantage. All you have to do is just group up and hit one of the bomb sites, and that's going to be enough. Sheesh. All right there. Deleted. (19-19). Victory for Reason Gaming. And an important one at that, considering how quickly this round actually played out. Once they had mid control, Reason Gaming had one of their guys push up here in a palace, gets the frag, get another guy. And at that point, if you're Reason Gaming, I mean, all you have to do really is just group up and hit one of the bomb sites. It's nothing more than that. So I love to see the fact that they once again change up the pace, they move up quickly, and they overwhelm the opposition. So 19-19 is our score line here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we've already had the matchup in regulation, in which we saw a very close affair between those two teams. In overtime, it has become even closer, I'd say. And now, if you're wondering, it's got to be the scoreline for one team to win. Well, the scoreline has to be 22, right? The first team to reach 22, that team will secure victory. As you can see, EGB are sponsors for the event. Not as confident as they were, let's say, I don't even know at this point. Time's a funny thing, but I think it might have been 10 minutes or 15 minutes ago, where our sponsor, EGB, was favoring Young Ninjas heavily. But now the odds aren't, well, there's still a big distance between the two teams, right? But it's no longer 1.08, I think, 1.08. Now it's 1.22. So the odds still favoring the Ninjas, rightfully so. But as this game continues, it becomes so much more difficult to really say who can win. What it comes down to, at least, feels like which team can make the least amount of mistakes in overtime, and it's usually the team with the more experience. Oh, what? Kaspersky! Unbelievable play in middle. Goes in for more. Does die to Finchy. But look at this. The push towards the B-bomb set as well works out wonders for Young Ninjas. And Reason. Sure, they have mid control, but not much more than that. Missed him, swings out. Oh no! Doesn't get the frag on Finchy. Doesn't finish it. And silence with the op. He misses this. Oh, he does! That's crucial. This opens up the round for Reason. No! A push for the smoke! A disastrous play for Young Ninjas, as Lonesome Phoenix remains. In 1 versus 2, of course. He's been spotted out. Position compromised. Nade deployed, but it's a victory for Reason. My, oh my, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a choke. Call in the doctors because Young Ninjas are choking. Man, even here, you know, even with missing the AWP shot, you're still thinking, okay, it's a 2v2, there's a chance, but who was it from Young Ninjas who actually just pushed on through smoke? That was a very, very risky maneuver. But I kind of see the reasoning. I mean, if there's a guy pushing up, let's say, canals, as we saw one of the T's do, as a CT, you're probably expecting, well, where's the second T player? Well, he has to be watching canals, right? So you're thinking, okay, no one's watching at me. I'm just going to go for the peek. But as we saw, nope. His position was indeed being watched. For the watchful eye of someone from Reason. So 20-19. Sides have been switched. Young Ninjas on the T side, Reason on CD side. Like I said, 22 is the number you want to look out for. For Reason, that means 2 more rounds, but for the Ninjas, this has to be 3 in total. You could say it's a tall task on T side Anubis, but I'll say this, it's doable. Absolutely. And Kaspersky. Oh, that's so sick. Kaspersky has been so good at these gunfights. Doesn't necessarily have the most amount of kills, 30, but impactful kills. Every single one of them, it feels like. Let's see. Come on. 4v5. Young Ninjas, they have a huge chance. Looks like they might try to fake out the A-bomb set as well, but you can see Reason are not buying the fake. Byfield is already making the swift rotation towards the B-bomb site. And it's obvious it's a push over at B. Chaos goes down, but that's well, that's right now a bomb site worth taking. It's open for business. Plant that bomb if you're young ninjas, but there is a response from Reason. CGE gets the frag on one. There's a swift push there from Rez, then Co missed him. Gets his, and now it's all up to Lonesome Rez. 1v2, wants to win this fight, but doesn't do it against Mistim. And once again, the Ninjas reign supreme. They pick up their first on the T side of overtime. So 20-20 is our current scoreline. Once again, as we have seen in the past, Reason are proactive on Anubis CT side, and well, we can see Finchy playing up close to the wall. Just gotta be careful, dodge those bullets, but surely you can't dodge this. Silence gets the better of him. CG as well with the aggressive play, so a nice attempt there from Reason. There. I'm sorry. Blue Phoenix. How does he survive that one? Smoke being broken. That's going to be enough to spot out Rest. And now CGE holds it. Hold on just a sec. Man gets two. And that's why you need a bold guy on your team. Byfield. Oh, catches off Blue Phoenix. Kaspersky with a response. And right now, the youngin is going to move in fast. Finally, a clutch for Kaspersky. Got chucking the Molotov in a very good position. CG just has to play the waiting game. Kaspersky aware where CG should come from, and he wins out the fight. Kaspersky. Damn, this guy has been solid. But look at this. What happened here? Come on, Blue Phoenix. You shouldn't be winning this. You should not be winning that gunfight. I will say this, though. I mean, Young Ninjas, this roster has been playing pretty well, I'd say, when we look back. What was it, 3 months ago? When they still had one of their players in the form of Maxter in their core. But now with the pickup of Kaspersky, I mean, this guy's been playing some solid Counter-Strike, undeniably so, but it doesn't feel like the team has clicked to play in that same upper echelon of Counter-Strike as they did 3 months ago. But, man, those MP9s, they're so deadly up close. Oh, what's happening here? Mid-control in the hands of the T's. Perhaps this could be the end of Reason. Currently, full control over the A-bomb site for Young Ninjas. Rest will get the better of Silence. Whew, okay. It's always so risky to see that MP9 spray. But here we go, 2v2. Blue Phoenix, you know, he's inspecting someone to come out of water. There has to be a guy from that position. Flash moves in. So much noise being made for Blue Phoenix. This is an easy frag at Chaos. Left into 1 versus 2. He wants to bring us to another set of overtime, but that will not be the case. Ladies and gentlemen, ninjas in pajamas, the Young Ninjas actually secured the victory on Anubis after a very, very long matchup. So it's good to see that someone finally wins it outright. That was a very long matchup indeed, and it's good to see that whatever team it is, I don't care at that point. Reason, Young Ninjas, let's just get a change of scenery, right? No longer Anubis, but some kind of different map, and we will have a different map in the form of Ancient. So after that, well, first map, which was a real big doozy, let's just all take a very quick commercial break, and once we'll be back, we'll be sure to bring you that second map of the best of 3. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Apollo Series Phase 2 tournament. My name is Sir Danny, and well, we already had a chance to witness a really exciting first map here in the best of three. For you guys who are tuning in right now, the first best of three of the day is in fact Reason Gaming versus Young Ninjas. And well, admittedly, the very first map of the best of three was a doozy. We saw that very early on there. Reason Gaming had a tremendously great effort on Anubis, picking up those 7 rounds. I think it might have been at one point a 7-1 lead for Reason Gaming, and you're thinking, well, at least Reason Gaming, making this best of three competitive, making this first map at least competitive. And we saw that it was, well, undoubtedly some good CS from both teams in regulation. In overtime, perhaps not so much. It got a little bit feisty there. But now, folks, it's time to jump into our second map of the best of three. It is going to be Ancient, the map pick of Young Ninjas. And let's see what's up. Arguably, Young Ninjas still considered the favorite heading into this second map of the best of three as well. I'm sure that both teams will be, I'd say, a little bit tired after that Anubis game. You could hide in the shade of the plants here on Ancient, but really, you just want to show us some fast CS as well. And that's exactly what we're going to see the first pistol round. Young Ninja slowly but surely entering the A-bomb site. Finally, Reason have information of what has just occurred, but as you can see, full map control here on Banana. Oh man, they're actually wow, they're going for those engagements. I thought they might slow things down, but no, look at Young Ninjas decimating Reason. That's a good shot from Rest. Let's be real, but this round has come to an end as Young Ninjas successfully decimate the opponents. Man, this has been a really impressive matchup from Young Ninjas. Especially on Anubis, like I said, I mean, we saw some really high-level CS, I'd say, in regulation. In overtime, it's a different story, guys, let's be real. But, an Ancient, considering this is their map pick, I'm definitely expecting to see some more confident plays out of Young Ninjas. And that setup right there, I'm not sure if that was, then doing some research, so to speak, with a team like Reason. And to me, it just feels like they perhaps felt like, okay, let's just try to go for the strat, just walk out A main, and we saw how successful it was here. I mean, once again, the read is perfect, right? You go on the B bomb site, which has no defenders whatsoever. Also for Young Ninjas, this is an easy round, though I'm sure they'd love to get those kills with the Mac 10s. Missed him, come on. He bought the Mac 10 to get some easy frags, right? He wants to get that cash. And he wants to get it all. There we go. 4 kills for Mistim. Give him the 5th. He deserves it. Kaspersky, don't do it. Oh, okay, now it's... Oh! Okay, now Chaos actually gets 2 frags out of it. But whatever. Mac 10s. Nothing serious. And this is where the real round begins. Now, the sad fact is that Reason doesn't have a lot of money. Now, that's a bit problematic. Utility is looking pretty sparse. That's Kaspersky, wow, already outside middle. Such a good position for him to be in, and well, he's just gonna walk up Red Room. That's so sick. Byfield is anticipating this play. But a good flashbang in Red Room, and Kaspersky can swing out for the frag. Though, looks like no one can really support him. He's just going to go out there by his lonesome, which is a bit of a shame because that was a really powerful position for Kaspersky to hold. And now he dies, and well, no map control. So instead of that, they're going to try to force out a fake on the B-bomb side. Oh, this is actually pretty solid stuff. They try to fake out the players on the B-bomb side. Meanwhile, the guys over at A try to fight for information, and one of them dies. Right now, this is also an obvious choice. Oh, man, Finchy. Not expecting anyone to be up close middle, and so Byfield has to step in once again. Gets another, goes down eventually. Oh, no, CJ. CG? I mean, CJ. Grove Street. Resed. Okay. Gets the frag on 1. A doable 1v2 for him. However, he's going to have to be swift about it. Bomb is planted in a pretty awkward position. Blue Phoenix, wins the fight against Rest. Thought that He'll have to wait for his teammate to get in position before that, but as we can see, that was more than enough. So, what do we have here? Well, 3-0 for Young Ninjas. An eco round for Reason, and a great chance for the Ninjas to extend their lead even further. Early smoke being deployed in Red Room. As we can see, mid control coming out again. Out of Young Ninjas. It's silence with the MAC-10. It's always a gamble, so to speak, when you want to take mid control. Even on rounds like this, because I'm sure, guys, if you played something like in matchmaking or even in some higher level CODs, it is quite common to deploy those early grenades as a as a CT team up there in middle at the choke point. Just check them in on the right side, and there's a pretty big chance that you could at least get a frag on one guy. So even on an eco round like this, there's always the possibility of it, but as we see, Reason not attempting to go for any sort of mid-control in a round like this, fair enough. But they have spread out quite thin, making them easy targets, but they can still bite back, and that's cool to see. Molly deployed, smoke as well. A lot of utility expanded for an, well, a B-bomb, so that's defended on pistols, but fair enough. Use that utility to your advantage. What is this blue? Jeez, Finchy. What in the world? No way. How does he actually get that through the smoke like that? Look at this. The headshot on one sprays the other guy with the 50 cal bullets. Damn, suddenly that round became a whole lot interesting, though. Whatever. 4-0 is the current scoreline. Early mid-control. Out of Young Ninjas seems to be on the agenda, but as we can see, some great counter Molotovs from Reason Gaming. That's why we're not seeing the mid-presence out of them just yet. A counter smoke from CGE. So Joe Cobb as well being slowed down because of the Molotov from Reason. This is a powerful position, Cheetah. And yeah, they didn't seem to be aware of CG's position. Cool, that's a good dink on Kaspersky, but Blue Phoenix also gets a frag of the player. This means at this point, if you're Young Ninjas, well, hitting the A-bomb site seems to be the best choice. Though, they're not necessarily making that choice right now. They still have plenty of time. Committing to one of the bomb sites? Perhaps not that necessary, but Byfield. With him getting that frag, got to move in quick. Kaspersky, so good on the trigger. 50 seconds remaining. This has to be a commitment right now out of Young Ninjas. Finchy, good frag on Kaspersky. What is happening? The Ninjas peeking out there one by one. I guess now it's time to move on the A-bomb site, but look at Byfield. He hears the footsteps, I believe. Oh, but Jacob, what a prime position. I didn't really notice what Joe Cap was doing once he reached CT spawn, but it's good to see that we saw the communication out of Young Ninjas, that there could be a player up in middle. And that definitely saves the life of Silence for sure, because it felt like he could be going down. And well, Young Ninjas, so far so good. T-side of Ancient, 5-0 lead, and looking solid. Of course, the odds provided by our sponsor, EGB. But as you can see, I mean, Young Ninjas still very much favored, and fair enough, they should be. Right. But, oh wait, I wanted to say that, wait, those are the exact same odds we saw for Young Ninjas winning the first map, and these are in fact the odds for them winning the first map, so if you want to get easy money then, if you want to get that easy money with having the knowledge that they already won that first map, you can do it. Now it's back to pistols. Molotov is being deployed here from Reason. You know, this is exactly what I'm talking about, you know. That's sometimes why it's so risky to go for mid-control very early on. As a team player, sometimes you just have to back away. Once you see the Molotovs flying, you just simply gotta back away, but Man, Reason, loving this aggression. And look at this on the back of it. So much map control. And also, they're going to try and push the players here up in T-spawn. This is so good from CGE. Now this forces the hand of Young Ninjas. They have to make a play on the A-bomb site. They're out of options. Utility being deployed. The Blue Phoenix has to clear out the bomb site. And he has to be thorough about it. There could be someone behind the smoke. There's someone behind the boxes. And look at this. Blue Phoenix. Just as I was saying. So good on the approach, not sticking the bomb plan just yet, waiting for the smokes to fade, but maybe that's a mistake as CG once again pounces. And where's the response? Silence will have to make a loud play as he fires off one, but not the second. So Reason, count your lucky stars. That was a great round for the CT team. Arguably, Young Ninjas not aware of the... Well, what was that? A quick flank, I think, from CG. Once Rest get the kill on the guy playing outside B, CG picks up the AK-47, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to keep on pushing. They get so much map control on the back of it, Reason, that it kind of feels weird for them to lose a round like that. It would have been. But it definitely got close, and, well, Reason managed to bounce back. Maybe this is what they needed. Maybe this is exactly what they need. As here, Young Ninjas waiting for the opportunity. Byfield, okay, that's pretty slick. Byfield, CG, not too shabby. Yes, you're going up against pistols, but fair enough. Make this round as clean as possible. Just like Mama asked to wash the dishes, you want to make sure there's not a single speck of dirt. Otherwise, no matchmaking. Silence. Being very thorough, clearing out every single nook and cranny. Playing the safe game. Then, he makes a move. It's a pretty good one, gets the frag with one, but all in all, a good round, I think, for Reason. Sure, I think it would have been better if they maintained all 5 players alive, but losing the 2 guys, it's not that huge of a deal, I think. We'll see how it pans out. Now, this is getting interesting. Like, how do you play this round if you are Young Ninjas? Is it again back to mid-control? Haven't seen it in a while. Yeah, Joe Cap. Ooh, man, Chaos wins the fight against Joe Cap. Not much of a response from him, and he didn't really have any backup. Chaos, once again. Great frag from him, Kaspersky and Cheetah. Frags being traded, but... Oh, man, Rest. He sees the player. He knows what's up. He's running to pick up the bong. What? What? I don't know. How does he do it? How does Silence get that frag? Okay, at least now, this has to be it. No! No! Man, Silence! Oh! Oh my goodness! He just appears at his crosshair. Unbelievable. The amount of luck Silence has had this round is unreal. It feels like someone has bought a voodoo doll and sticked all the pins on the players of Young Ninjas. Okay, Byfield, let's see what's up. Up in hand, Silence will secure the final kill, and so, Young Ninjas get themselves the 6th round, but I feel like they kinda didn't deserve that one, you know? I just feel like they didn't deserve that one. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it feels like that should have been a victory for Reason. And to me, this, I guess, also kind of encapsulates what can I say about Reason Gaming. Is that Reason, if you take a look at their setups, you know, early on, in the mid-round, I mean, it's cool stuff. they've definitely practiced. You can see that this is a team, right? Not just some sort of mix that has gathered up and trying to play here the Apollo series. No, this is like a proper team. And you can see from their setups, the way they have the team cohesion and whatnot. But it feels like the one area they seem to be lacking at is, some of their individuals, not stepping up when it matters most, making some, what you could say, ghastly mistakes. Now then, 6-2 is their current scoreline. Young Ninjas, I think they can be very happy about their performance thus far. Missed him. Looking for an early engagement here in the middle. This time around, I like the approach from Young Ninjas way more, having players in particular, plural, to peek out middle. A couple guys from Catwalk, one guy there from outside T-spawn. And this was a very good push out of them. To get free frags on the back of it. And now they can dictate the pace. They can do whatever they want. The B-bomb side, the A-bomb side, you name it. Chaos has been compromised as well. Damn, Kaspersky has been hitting some great shots. I don't know, to me it feels like kind of a weird lacuna, if you will. The fact that Young Ninjas, they've been basically on a downwards trajectory since March of 2024. Ever since, Maxter has been promoted to the main team. And with the addition of Kaspersky, you can see on the server, this guy's hitting some really great shots. And he saved Young Ninjas out of Anubis more than a few times. And I'm really surprised to see that, they haven't been doing that great against some of the opposition they had to face, in a bunch of these online tournaments, online leagues. Well, for me, this is me trying to get back into casting, so we'll definitely have a chance to see more of Young Ninjas. And I'll see what's up. Because right now, Kaspersky has been really solid in terms of his, aim potential. Yeah, this is a dirty shot. He is good, right? Kaspersky is good. Definitely one for the future, right? Has to be a potential player in, say, I don't know, 2026 maybe, to reach something like top 20 of HLTV. You'd love to see it. Back on pistols, mainly for a reason. There's that one M41S in the hands of Rest, but really, Young Ninjas, very clean approach entering the A-bomb sites. Joe Cobb as well, getting in position. And this round is over. Oh, what? Okay, that was a bit awkward. I'm surprised. I'm sure that was supposed to be a kill a lot sooner than it ended up being, but no biggie. Tactical pause here from Young Ninjas. And guys, for those who are tuning into our broadcast, I gotta give a shout out to our sponsors, EGB as well as Skin.land. So if you want to buy and sell skins, you're gonna do it, huh? What website are you gonna do it if not on Skin.land? CS skins, Dota skins, Rust skins, you name it, you can sell them instantly, securely, and 24/7 on Skin.land. And of course, also get a $10 bonus for your first sales. And also, let's not forget about EGB, our bidding sponsor for the event. Be sure to type in !EGB and get up to $600 as your first bonus. Now then, back to the matchup we go. Mid-control, the name of the game. That was a very late flashbang as his teammates are already dead, which is a little bit awkward, I'll say. CGE coming out of Cheetah. Okay, this is looking like a solid round from Reason. They put a lot of emphasis in this round on the mid-hold, and as you can see, it works out perfectly for them. They shut down 2 players early. A third guy comes out of T-spawn, and well, the aggressive maneuvers here for Reason work out wonders. Which is in general, this is a good tip as any. Where teams, when you start, for example, losing some of those rounds, instead of, keep on playing it safe, it's a good way to change up the pace of your CT sides by, going aggressive. This is exactly what Reason has done. And now they can enjoy the fruits of their labor. Now then. Not expecting much out of Mistem. Especially in his position. Kind of feels like, what's the save? Oh. Or maybe cause some more damage. Why not? Okay. I kind of give credit to him, trying to go for it, but the start of the round has to be Finchy. Early on in middle, walks out there alongside Chaos. Doing some fine work there. Now, 8-3 is our current scoreline. All in all, this has been a stellar first half for Young Ninjas, and Finchy swings out. Okay, this time. They shut down the early player, but this could be an avenue of attack for X Kaspersky. He's already made his way through Cheetah, so it's a good position for a T player to be in. CG. Ooh, he's been spotted. Kaspersky's position has been compromised. I don't know. Oh my gosh! That's disgusting, Kaspersky. Man. It's like malware. Want to get rid of it. Poor Phoenix. Good position. Oh, what? How did the AK-47 did what? Minus 88? Anyways, it's time for Young Ninjas to finally come up with a proper game plan, and it does feel like it's going to be the B-bomb site, right? 45 seconds remaining. They will have to count on their flashbangs only, which is a bit of a shame. You want to have those smokes entering the B-bomb site as well. Or they're just going to walk on out. So far, so good. Getting the first, but definitely getting more. As they're entering the bomb site, not much of a response there from Reason. Silence in a very good position, and so the flashbang wasn't deep enough. Counter flashbangs. In fact, there could be a lot more there from my field, but... Uh-oh. He's being hunted. Oh, that's a great one on Silence. Young Ninjas should not be making mistakes in a round like this. It's that. Nice one from Byfield, but Young Ninjas managed to close it out. So, a really good situation here for Young Ninjas. 9 rounds. That is solid, right? What happened here? What? Like, what happened in A main, right? The guy was with the AK-47, and how does he deal so much damage that, what was it, with a couple bullets, the player doesn't go down? I'm so sure that's a headshot. Anyways, 9-3 is our current scoreline as Young Ninjas. On the CT side of Ancient, for some teams, potentially the preferable side. Now, this is one of those scenarios where the pistol round is of great importance for Reason. It's basically a do-or-die situation. If they win the pistol, good. We could still see a competitive matchup, but if they fail here, then this could get ugly. Dualies, man. I'm a big fan of dualies, Silence could be in a whole lot of trouble. Oh, messed him. Getting a few frags of his own. JoCab as well joining the fight. And folks, this will have to be it. Young Ninjas now with 10 rounds on the CT side of Ancient. Feels like Reason cannot respond with anything more other than splatter some more blood on the bomb side. In fact, it didn't even really reach the bomb side. Yeah, it feels a bit weird, You're looking at Mistem's POV, and he's got a great angle, right? He's got a great angle to get some good headshots in. He struggles a bit, and then he gets the... What was that? That second kill. What was that? I was like, what? Half of a pixel, and that was enough to kill the guy. Okay, then. Alrighty then. Now let's see. MP9, Kaspersky dealing the damage alongside his buddies. So far, so good for for Young Ninjas. Reason getting their butt kicked. Yeah. It's clean. It's solid work. But here comes the real round. Here comes the gun round for reason of great importance, just like the pistol. So they have been slowed down by the Molotovs as well as the smoke grenades of the CTs. And they're just going to keep on pushing. That is such a good flashbang, Kaspersky. He's just going to swing out. Joe Cobb will join him. Yeah, this has been some nice aggressiveness from the side of Young Ninjas. This will slow down the advancement of reason, so they have to go somewhere else. Arguably, this has to be the A-bomb side, but because they've slowed things down, there's a chance for Young Ninjas to once again return back to the A-bomb side, maintain that hold, and not give it up that easily. So, they're going to walk out. Interestingly enough, Young Ninjas still don't have a single player on the A-bomb side. Yes, they have Blue Phoenix, but he's from Donut, so a single smoke, and he's basically out of the round. He can't really do much. He will not stop the bomb plant, that's for sure. So, oh, but actually, the smoke hasn't been deployed towards Donut. So Blue Phoenix still in position to actually get a frag. Look at this, the teammates are in. Joe Cobb gets his, Blue Phoenix chimes in. Oh, man. Lonesome Byfield remains in 1 versus 4. He knows where the players will come from, but can he get the job done? No, there are so many guys to kill. He simply gets one. Young Ninjas. 12 rounds. On the CT side, not a bad showing. So, I don't see overtime being a possibility. I just... At this point, no, guys. This, I think, will end in regulation. We'll get some rest, and then come back for some more matchups. So, for those who are interested, in fact, the Permita versus Agency game had already taken place. It will not be streamed on our channel. We'll be going straight to the Pressy versus Reason matchup. Agency, I do believe, have won their matchup against Permita 2-0, which is really surprising. Joe Cap holding his angle. Frag on 1. There will be more players coming his way, and a good few frags for Reason. But silence with a response. Right, Reason. They have an MTB bomb set for the taking. Byfield will clear out the angles. Oh, man, missed him. Missing that crucial shot, and as you can see, smoke's being deployed. This is a great opportunity as any for Reason to pick up this win. Byfield, love to see the aggressiveness. Okay. There we go. Reason pick up the 4th round. Byfield having a tremendous performance. Byfield has been playing great, if I'm being honest, you know. He's been actually doing some fine work on Anubis. We'll see about it as well. Finchy, alongside Chaos, will try to move. What? Okay. We didn't even get to see the POVs of the players, but I guess that's not necessary. Solid round from Blue Phoenix and co. Blue Phoenix getting himself the 3rd frag. And folks, something tells me it's going to be the end here for Reason. 12-4, and potentially we're talking about a 13-4 scoreline in favor of Young Ninjas on the 2nd map of Ancient. They absolutely steamrolled Reason, and rightfully so. They have been regarded as the better team on paper. And even though Reason gives us a fine showing on Anubis, it was not enough heading into that 2nd map of Ancient. So congrats to Young Ninjas. they definitely deserve securing their first ever win here at the Apollo Series Phase 2 Group B. Now, of course, there's still going to be a lot more matchups for Young Ninjas to have. This was, in fact, their very first one, and same could be said as well for Reason. This was their first matchup of the day. But now that our first best of three has ended, we will also have a second best of three, but there is going to be a pretty long break in between this sort of best of three. So I guess we could do, some more talking. Like I said, some important info to note. The agency versus permitted game will not be happening on stream. This game has actually already occurred, and I do believe the victors are in fact agency. The might have actually won 2-0 against Permita, so that is a very, very surprising scoreline. I did not expect to see agency come out on top against a squad like Permita, but things like that can definitely happen in a group that is, well, in our case, round robin, where you have to play against every single opponent. You might win against some, you might lose against some. Sure, that definitely happens. But I'm really excited to see Reason Gaming continuing their journey, right? Because I saw them with Anubis, and even before that, like I said, I don't know much about this team. Like, this is going to be my first time seeing them, my first opportunity casting them. And I gotta say, though, they played really solid Anubis. They played it that's very much akin to like professional level of Anubis in the sense that they got some good ideas. They're proactive on the map, pushing out a B connector, pushing out B main, going for some more aggressive maneuvers by deploying smokes from A bomb side, say towards canals, and then pushing out from B connector as well as the A side. So I love the fact that they were really proactive on Anubis, and I had high hopes that, okay, maybe that's going to be enough for them to even secure the victory, right? But, as we saw, Young Ninjas on paper, the better team. And I guess it's not a surprise that they managed to win the best of three. I guess the most surprising fact is how close we had that first map of the best of three in the case of Anubis. And like I said, I have hopes for a reason. And I do believe that our upcoming matchup, that's going to be, I do believe, at 18 CET, Prezi versus Anubis. Oh, versus Anubis. Wow. Forget about that, folks. Prezi versus Reason. That should be a really interesting matchup just because I kind of see them as being the two weaker teams, right, in our Group B, which means that if they are the weaker teams, winning against some of the better opposition is going to be really difficult. But by winning just that one best of three against the weaker opponents, you have a chance to at least get that spot in the playoffs in the lower bracket and not lose the tournament outright. So to find out who's going to be the winner in Prezi versus Reason Gaming, we can do that, but after 3 or maybe 4 hours in terms of breaks. So we're going to be going to a break here, folks. And once we'll be back, we'll be sure to bring you that second best of three of the day. So see you all then, and I hope you had a good viewing experience. Have a good one, folks, and goodbye.